What's... Where... Am I home? Sweetheart, is that you? You saved me and took me home. I don't know what to say. Thank you. I don't know what would have happened. I honestly can't believe you drugged me. Sweetheart, the last couple days with you, I've been the most confused I've been since the day it happened. But I think I'm finally getting some clarity. What you said to me yesterday is sinking in, especially with the context of him drugging me. Maybe they really did let her die. Maybe they did it on purpose so he'd be vulnerable and they could take advantage of that to turn me into another hunter. Maybe they weren't good people. And you're a vampire. You survive on the blood of other creatures. But you don't even kill them to eat. You're a better person than them, than me, than anyone I know. And if that's the case, vampires are exactly the same as people. Some good, some bad, but none inherently evil. And if that's the case, it means being a vampire hunter is just being a glorified assassin. No, not even, because assassin makes it sound like someone else decides who to kill. It's just being a murderer. And that's what the hunters really are. What I am. I'm just a murderer. No, stop. Don't try to comfort me over that. How can you even try to say I'm not when that's how we met? I was gonna kill you just for being a vampire. Meanwhile, I've done more wrong than someone as kind as you could even fathom. I'm sorry for yelling at you again. It's just, this has all been a lot to take in, and I still don't know what to do now. I mean, obviously I can't go back. Those vampire hunters were manipulative and they were using me, and I see that now. But at the same time, there are still vampires out there that do kill, and that no one else can really stop. And it's not like you can just put a vampire in jail. Sweetheart, I see two paths forward. I think I'd be okay with either one. But the most important part at this point is you. Listen, I know it's been less than a week, but you saved my life, and you're so much kinder than anyone I've ever met. You're so precious, and I just want to protect you forever. What I'm trying to say is that whatever happens, I really do want to do it with you. And staying with you is more important to me than which path we take. So I will let you choose. And as long as you actually want me there, we'll do it together. You wouldn't have come back for me if you didn't want me around. I am not convinced you wouldn't have saved me anyway, but I am really glad to hear you still want me around. So, the two paths forward I was talking about. We could go after the rest of the hunters, make them stop, or at least make them see what I have. That our leaders have been using the rest of us, that they belong in prison, and then after that we keep going. We find and stop the vampires that are hurting people, but make sure that we aren't hurting any vampires that are doing nothing wrong. Likewise, we go after misguided vampire hunters who are doing just as much harm as good. we'd never get away from this life, and it'd be dangerous, and there's no telling what would happen. But it'd be our chance to do the most good we can, together. Or we could just leave all that behind. We could start a new life and forget about all this. I could sell my house and we could go somewhere totally new, or we could stay here and I could just tell the hunters to fuck off and leave us alone. We just got some normal jobs and try domestic bliss. And whichever one you want to do. For as long as we have each other, I promise I'll do whatever I can to take care of you and to protect you. I'll give you my blood as often as I can. Keeping up with the life will be harder, but your safety will always be a priority. So, what do you say? I was hoping you'd say that. Although, what I really hope is that you said it because it's what you really want. Can you promise me it is and you're not just choosing that for me? Figuring all this out with you. Finally making it through all this. It hasn't been easy, and I'm sure it'll still take some time to adjust, but I feel a huge weight off my shoulders. I feel free for the first time, and I don't even know how long. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm genuinely looking forward to every minute we can spend together.